Should you move to Brazil as a digital nomad? Rio de Janeiro was regularly buzzing with international tourists and vacationers up until the coronavirus canceled Carnival and all of their New Year's events. In 2021, visitors were scarce and the tourism industry took a big hit. City officials took matters into their own hands and decided to target a different type of visitor than your average tourist, the digital nomad. The tourism board and local government created the Rio Digital Nomads program, which gives remote workers a one-year visa while promoting the vibrant Carioca lifestyle, with the hopes of building the foundation for a hub for young professionals for many years to come. Brazil became the first South American country to create a special visa for these types of workers. With so much political unrest and such a high crime rate, you may be wondering, is Brazil still a place you should consider moving to as a digital nomad? In this video, we are going to be discussing the precarious balance of the pros and cons of living here as a remote worker. Let's get right into it. One of the best reasons for living in Brazil is the weather and, of course, its beautiful beaches. Most days start with a little sand between your toes, whether it's a surf session, a yoga class, or a run on the boardwalk followed by a quick dip in the ocean. You can find all sorts of exercise classes on the beach. As a matter of fact, they have everything from spin classes to CrossFit groups, so if you love staying active on the beach, you'll be in heaven. On most mornings, the sidewalks that hug the Copacabana in Ipanema are full of runners taking in the first few rays of light the sun has to offer. All day the streets of Rio seem to be alive. There are literally people singing and dancing everywhere, and the energy is contagious. For nature lovers, there are dozens of hiking trails with breathtaking views and Instagram-worthy photo ops. The Vista Chinza hike, which is only 2 miles outside of the city, will lead you up to the famous Corcovado, the rocky perch upon which the statue of Christ the Redeemer stands. Another reason to love this beautiful country is the very low cost of living. A single-bedroom apartment could be rented for about $600, while a dozen eggs currently cost about $2. Let's say you had an entry-level salary with a US-based company of $52,000 a year. After taxes, you could expect to take home at least $40,000. A year's worth of rent in a nice and furnished apartment could cost 40,000 real or $7,774. If you were to eat out every single meal for the entire year, you could expect to spend around 33,000 real or $6,500. Allocating around 20,000 real for entertainment would be a generous budget, which is under $4,000. Saving around 250 real or $50 a month for doctor's visits would add up to about $600 a year to cover all healthcare costs. So, all in your expenses for the year are approximately $19,000. Remember, this includes eating out every single meal and spending money on movie tickets for 2 every single day. This allows you to pocket or invest the difference in your salary, which is around $21,000. Imagine being able to invest $21,000 a year into the stock market on an entry-level salary. Brazil also has a deep and rich culture with roots in indigenous Indians, African and Portuguese descent, with the Portuguese having the most significant influence. From them they get their language, religion, and most customs. The National Library in Rio was founded in 1810 with 60,000 volumes from the Portuguese Royal Library. It now contains millions of books and documents. Brazil is also home to a vibrant art scene, both written and visual. The country has produced many world-renowned literary figures with an extremely wide range of superb works. The landscape itself of Brazil has been turned into visual works of art as many sculptors and architects have transformed urban Brazil into a splendid blend of their natural and modern environments. The country also has a world-renowned painting scene and has been breeding successful Western-style painters since the 1800 seconds. The visual art scene is bustling with both formal indoor museums and less formal outdoors ones as well. Brazil also boasts a large performing arts division as well, with highly attended theatrical productions such as raw regional comedies to lavish classic acts. However, imported North American and European films are easily accessible and wildly popular here as well. Brazil is currently making it easy for digital nomads and expats to move here with a one-year visa and the possibility to extend it to 2. Anyone can apply as long as they can prove the following: proof of remote employment through a contract, that income is $15,000 a month, or you have at least $18,000 in available bank funds. The digital nomad community here is growing and really does provide a good launching pad for anyone in this industry. Anything you can think of that you could possibly need as a remote worker, you can find it here. Culture, food, great weather, fast internet, and a low cost of living. What's not to like? Unfortunately, there is a darker side of moving to Brazil. Naturally, one can expect many challenges when moving to a completely new country on a different continent. Not only are language barriers a problem, political unrest and some alarming crime rates might deter the casual traveler. First and foremost, the biggest issue we see with moving to Brazil has to be the fact that Portuguese can be quite difficult to learn. While many Brazilians speak English, it may not be enough to communicate comfortably every day. This can make it fairly difficult to navigate daily life. Simple tasks such as shopping, going to the bank, getting medical care, and really any transportation are made just that much more difficult. The language barrier can also make it harder to make genuine connections with people and build relationships. Making friends is a crucial part of being a digital expat or nomad, as life on the road can get awful lonely. The most obvious issue for some would have to be the questionable safety of the country. While Brazil does have many welcoming and safe areas, crime rates are high in many cities and low-income favelas. This crime rate is comprised of pickpocketings, carjackings, and even more violent crimes. It's absolutely essential to take precautions and research safe areas beforehand. Be smart and use common sense as well. Don't travel alone at night or in any obviously unsafe areas. Bureaucracy and red tape can also be an issue here in Brazil. The entire legal system can be complex and time-consuming, making it a little difficult to navigate. This can include everything from obtaining a visa to setting up a business, so plan far in advance for everything. It's essential to have patience and be prepared to jump through hoops in order to get things done. Also, while the weather can be an extreme positive, it can also be quite a negative for those who don't like the heat. Many parts of the country can get hot and humid, and the heat can actually get overwhelming, especially during the summer months. This can make it hard to be productive and enjoy daily life, especially if you're not into the heat. Brazil has so much to offer a digital nomad looking for a warm place to call home, with a vibrant culture, its amazing art scene, and numerous events available will keep even the most jubilant people engaged constantly. The weather, the beautiful beaches, and the picturesque sights can captivate the eyes and hearts of the world's most adrenalized adventurers. And although this all may sound like a dream, it can all cost you so little that you could bank or invest most of your salary and still live a comfortable life. However, just as all clouds have a silver lining, all rainbows have a cloud or two. Brazil isn't the safest country, and the language barrier could be tough for some. But preparing yourself, being smart, and using common sense will set you apart from the average traveler. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on more amazing content like this. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, please give it a like. It helps us out a ton.